All right. Excuse me. Everything is working. Okay. Last time we progressed into well, so last time she opened the door. Gosh, why do I never remember the main protagonist woman's name? I don't know. Now, let me see. I don't know why I didn't remember this. Hang on. And I don't even know if it's going to tell me, but it bugs me that I can't remember her name for some reason. I even remember like the girl's name, like the little girl's name, but not. It says two survivors. I don't know. Anyway, whatever our main lady's name is. Um so last time we managed to open the door or lift not open the door. Well, yes, but we lifted up a set of like a pallet of crates or whatever that had fallen. And um by doing so, we're able to get into a couple doors beyond. But immediately after doing so, for some reason, I don't, it's still not clear why, she fell asleep. She fell asleep. She fell unconscious and had a vision of something in the past that happened, which was there was a little girl, Fiona, that we were also playing. We took over her for a little bit. She had been apparently captured, like abducted, and was going to be probably something trafficked or something, and possibly worse. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. Anyway, the pirates were still around, and she was in serious trouble. So she basically escaped from her cell and did some things around the ship that kind of caused some problems. And then finally, when she thought she was just about fine, she got captured again. She got found, and then there was basically we came out of the vision and we're back to her. So I don't know what's going on exactly, but obviously there's something that. What was this down here? Something was here. Clockwork. Oh.
A giant clock. Looks like someone built it from old parts that he collected.
Um. We already put that in, so we're just trying to use this now. I'm trying to remember. Was it this?
A sketch of a clockwork.
Doesn't tell me. So there's Heaven's Gate or something up here, right? And there's Hell's Gate there. Yeah, Heaven's Gate.
There's a little door. It's closed. The engravings seem to depict heaven. There's a little door. It's closed. The engravings seem to depict hell. A big clock face. The craftsman must have assembled it by himself.
Oh, there was a clock. What was that? Shoot. There was a time on a clock face, I think. Pretty sure. I don't remember, though, what it was. Where did I see that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I used a shovel on this, right?
Nothing to dig here.
Yeah. Only dig, we're not going to pry with it. Okay. Where was that? Yeah.
My God. Fresh blood. It must be from Lex. I have to find it before he bleeds to death.
Was there not a clock in here? I guess not. Maybe the captain's quarters has one. I don't know. I don't remember. Seen one somewhere. It was either in a room or in a drawing. I don't remember where it was, though.
My God. Fresh blood. It must be from Lex. I have to find it before he bleeds to death.
It's locked still, right?
The door's blocked from the other side. I can't get through like this. I should look for another way to enter the room.
We have this map.
The ship's map is complete.
Let's see. I don't know if I can really tell anything from it, though. Like, I don't know where we are. I wish this stuff would zoom in. It's kind of...
The ship's map is complete.
No, mouse roller, plus minus, page up, page down. I can't get anything to zoom it in. But I think this was something like this was the captain's quarters over here somewhere. I think maybe this. So this is way too far away, right? Isn't the captain's quarters over here? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the peppercorn's about. I'm guessing we'll use that at some point, but maybe not. It's possible, too, that we just don't ever worry about it. Briefcase. Yeah, just briefcase. Okay. Nothing back there is going to be a clock, I don't think. see a clock over there either. Maybe it wasn't there. No, I don't see. Okay. Huh. So I had to figure out a way in to that other room, and I also, it might be tied to the same thing too, of course, but I also need to probably find a clock so I know, because the clock will probably have the hands in a certain position, and that's probably what I need to use to switch that clockwork, move the hands on that. Right, that's where the girl was. Pretty sure they don't have a clock in there. Hey, Mary, welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
The inscription on the crate is illegible. They remind me of wine barrels, but there's definitely no wine inside. A liquid sweating out with an acrid smell.
I guess it's just a ramp. It kind of looks like a trapdoor, but I guess it's just a ramp. We read that already.
The musket's ramrod.
From a musket, huh? Interesting.
It's glowing. The coals are put in here.
Yeah, ashes, ashes, ashes. That's not good. Well, there's cloth.
It looks like Fiona's. If only I knew what happened to her.
So we're not actually going to grab it. Okay.
It seems to be connected to the boiler.
Well, so far, I haven't seen a clock. And I don't remember seeing... So let me go back and look at this diary page again. I don't think it's going to have anything other than writing, though. I don't think so, but it's possible we saw the clock as a drawing? Maybe. No, yeah, that's not. Okay. So not there. That was just a diary page that we read last time. Oh, that giant barrel. Yeah. Okay. Now, Fiona been talking to a guy over here, like another kid over this way, but we don't have any indicator that there's anybody, or that there's any way through here, like boards loose or anything. So, I don't know that we're actually going to get anything with that. That's the end of the rim, yeah. Okay. Oh. So the ramrod might fit in here.
This doesn't really look like a musket.
Or, you know, not. Okay. We eventually need something. Not the same size. We tried a nail before. She said it didn't fit quite. It was too loose. We need something kind of like a nail or something to go in here so we can use this, but I don't know. Okay. No clock here. And I might be thinking of another game too, but I swear I saw a clock somewhere in this game. I just don't know where. Doesn't seem to be showing up, so I don't know.
I can't move the crane as long as the cargo is fixed to it.
Oh, right. That animation made it look like yet another crate, like an additional crate fell down. Is something new? No. I mean, yes, but no. Not really. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if we've done enough. If we need to do something else to move the boat that the crane is holding.
The crane's blocked. It looks like I can only turn it when the rope is pulled up.
So I got to disconnect all that? Maybe.
I've detached the cargo from the crane.
This might be a thing where you have to keep doing it back and forth. Hopefully I don't... It's not that I've undone it and now I can't redo it again.
The crane's blocked. It looks like I can only turn it when the rope is pulled up.
Oh, right. Pull rigging up first. No. I need... How am I going to connect it back to the boat? To then... Even if I move it forward, that change is going to be dangling, right? It's not actually going to... It doesn't actually touch the boat, so... Yeah. I think all of that below is the mess, not just that one part. Let me lower it and see. Shows up somewhere else. Crates, that should go above the table, right? What does that do? Anything? Let me see.
Crates, sacks, barrels.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back down again so I'm in that same position I was initially. Hanging crate.
I can't reach it.
Cargo on pallets. Yeah. I don't know. Alright. I guess it's nothing for now. Probably will be something later. Pull the rigging up, move it backward, and then lower it again. And then backward. And I'll lower it again. And I'll raise that up again. Because it seems like clearly we cannot move the boat right now. Something else needs to happen. I don't know what, but something. Alright, back down. Reconnect.
Crates, sacks, barrels. The chain's attached to the cargo now. I should be able to lift it up.
Alright, so I can get back into those. What else? At some point, we got to be able to move that boat, but I don't know what we're doing for now.
There's the upper deck. I can't make anything out too clearly through the dirt, but there seems to be a huge structure out there. Could be a crane.
Yeah.
Nothing but water as far as the eye can see. If only I knew where we are.
Compass is just spinning. So obviously the ship's just gonna sail forever. That's why it's a ghost ship. That is why I need to move the boat, because the boat's in the way. I don't know. Find some other way into the room where Lex went. How? Okay, let me
The ship's map is complete.
do a screenshot of this. Yeah, let me do a screenshot of this. I'm going to zoom in and see if I can figure out what room is above the room where Lex is. See if I can, with that, maybe. Let me see. Okay. Move this over here. I can't really read text. So the fact that I do that, then try to zoom in doesn't help. So I think it's just supposed to be, there's some kind of writing, but you're never really supposed to read it. So I don't know if I'm going to know what room is directly above Lex's. Trying to think. If I'm looking at this, so obviously the very left side where they're kind of there's the, looks like the bow of the ship is just, you know, there's nothing there. But then if you go back to where the first part of the diagram is, you have the kind of the lighter brown room at the beginning there. And I don't know what that is, but I think that is like where we are now. So how you steer the ship and everything. But I'm not positive. I don't know what. I'm trying to see if I can figure out where the boiler room is that we just were, it just freed up. It's gotta be pretty much the bottom right of the diagram has to be the boiler, right? I think. Which would mean so you see how there's kind of a big, like very large, darker red kind of thing like this in the bottom right of the diagram. So that's the boiler, I think. And the very top of that is in a different room than the rest of it. I think that's when we were actually in that boiler room. I think that's what we were seeing of the boiler, was just this top part and then the pipes. And so I think that left side, so that kind of long rectangle. So at the very bottom, there's the green, and then there's kind of the wider or taller section after that. And then above that is another rectangle. It's like burgundy, or it's more like it's more like redwood or something on the left side. And the right side is sort of slightly brown. Anyway, so like this here with the arrow, and then this side. So this right here is the top part of the boiler, I think. That means this is the boiler room here. So this right here, I think, is the mess hall. All of this currently is submerged in water. There's a trap door that goes down, but she says it's full of water below. So we have to pump that out somehow too. We have the boiler running, which means we have power. But how would I pump that out? So that's the thing I think at some point we need to do, is pump the water out of there. Okay, there's also, and I've already done this earlier today, but since we're thinking out loud, there's also, yeah, so see, let me really fast. This is, we go down here. Over here, there's a trapdoor. If I look at it, she says it's water, all water below.
The hull is filled with water.
So I think we might need eventually to remove the water from there. Okay, so we've got that. Okay. So we need to get the water out of here. That's the pump here that we use, right? This is the thing we need. This ramrod doesn't work. But we need something kind of like a nail, but maybe a little bit wider or like a little bit larger circumference or something, or larger diameter. But it's basically, it's a pin of some kind needs to go in here. Then we can use the pump that probably empties this, and then we can go down below. So that's one thing. That's like item 1, we'll say. Okay. Item 2 is we go back out here to the corridor and we go down a bit. Lex, the other guy who came on board with us, he had been in the captain's quarters, which is up this way. Going over here is the captain's quarters. But we've come back after doing some other stuff. He's no longer in the captain's quarters, and we find these traces of blood. So he's bleeding, apparently, and he made his way over here, but this is blocked from the other side. So the second thing, item 2, is get on the other side of this door. Somehow. Okay, now, some of these items, when I list them, item 1, item 2, they might be actually connected, right? Obviously, I don't know what all... I've never played the game before, so I don't know what all you have to do for what other things. So clearly, if something is connected, item 1 could be the same as item 2 or whatever. I don't know that. I'm just going off of, you know, individual things that I know that may or may not be connected to each other. So that's item 2, is getting where Lex is and hopefully helping him out. Item 3 is there's this clockwork, and I don't know how to start the clockwork or get it running. And then there's also, I think was there a key I was missing? Maybe. Anyway, there's the locker here as well. So item 3 is the clockwork. Item 3 probably includes the locker door getting in here, but that might be item 4. Anyway, so there are a few things to try to figure out, and I'm not sure. Got the bed warmer. Could not put any coals in it when I was in the boiler room. So I don't know what else I'm going to be using that for. Yeah, excuse me. So yeah, this morphine I was going to give to Lex. That's why when I headed back, and then he's not there. So this shovel, unlike in some games, like let's say for example the Black Mirror series or the Broken Sword games, you can use an item kind of as a makeshift thing. So I could use this potentially as a pry bar or something, right? In this game, it does not seem like that's the case. It seems like things are just used for one purpose and one purpose only. I could be wrong, but it seems like that. Either way, even if that's not true, currently I cannot use the shovel to pry this. She says there's nothing to shovel there or whatever. Oh, that might be a thing. I have the ramrod. I could put it in the vise on the workbench. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed it. You said that in chat. Yeah. So not with that. With the pin, maybe. We could try it. You mean with the ramrod? We could try.
This doesn't really look like a musket.
Yeah. Shouldn't want to do it. But I did have a thought, because earlier we messed with a nail. Or was it a nail? Yeah. We used a nail down in the mess hall. So let me go back there first. This way. Okay, go back to the mess hall. In the mess hall, oddly, because you wouldn't think it'd be in the mess hall itself, but I guess whatever. In the mess hall, there's a workbench. And over on the workbench is this vise. I'd done this with a nail earlier, shaped it, turned the nail into like a fishing hook shape.
This doesn't really look like a musket.
But it doesn't look like it's going to let me do that with that. Okay. What about this?
Nothing to dig here.
Nothing there.
That's really not what a bed warmer's for.
Yeah, I know. So none of those are going to go in the vise. We also still have this oil. I'm positive at some point we're gonna need to, or need to, or whatever, want to, whatever, get some of this. But I don't know how. That might be we just dip like a rag in it or something, or it might be that we actually fill up a container. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna use the oil at some point. I just have not yet had a need for it. But see, like I said, if we go back here, for example. Yeah, syringe has morphine in it. So that's actually what we were on our way to give the morphine to Lex to help him because he's in a lot of pain because he was injured from a falling crate that was hanging up, and then something happened. The ship like lurched and the crate fell and he got hurt. So I was going to give him morphine, but he's not there right now. So see if I go.
That's really not what a bed warmer's for.
I can't fish the hot coals out of the oven with this.
Okay,
If I
so
want
we
to use the smoldering coal, I better get a move on.
I shouldn't mess around with hot coals.
I'll put the coals in.
Okay. Now I have a hot bed warmer. I don't know if that means there's going to be a time limit, though, on that. Probably not, because point and click, but you never know. It's also, ghost ships. There's haunting, so it might, there might be suddenly a cutscene, so there could be a certain limit on doing that as well. I don't know. Okay, so we got that. That's good. We made progress on that. Shovel's gone now, so we're obviously not going to use that for anything else. Okay. So here. Here. Probably in the doctor's quarters, right? Which is over this way. There's a bed here to... Yeah. This?
What would I do with the coals there? What would I do with the coals there?
Or not? Let's see. What do I use the coals on? It's a bed warmer, right? It's not just coals. It's a hot bed warmer. So I would want to use that in a bed, probably, right? Maybe not. What might need steam or heat? I don't know. The captain's quarters has a bed also. Could always try that, although I feel like that's probably not going to be a thing, but... Nope. This way. Captain's quarters. I don't think we're going to use it here, but it is another bed.
What would I do with the coals there?
Yeah, no. Okay. Okay. See you in a sec. What do I use the hot coals for? Um, Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's go back out. I don't think there's anything more in here I want to do right now. Not at the moment. Oh, can she access the other side where Fiona had gone? Now that I know that that's there. No. She's not going past that. Okay. We should shift.
The cargo is dangling in the shaft above the mess hall.
Okay. Um. Up above. Steering wheel. I don't think we want to use that. Uh.
What would I do with the coals there? What would I do with the coals there? What would I do with the coals there?
Yeah, none of those. Okay. Cool. Where am I gonna use the coals? Let me save it. Hang on. Under here. I'm sure no.
What would I do with the coals there?
No. Hmm. Alright, I'll be right back to myself. Give me 1 minute here. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna use Hmm.
I shouldn't waste the fresh water. What would I do with the coals there?
Yeah, okay.
The bed warmer doesn't focus the heat into the soldered area well enough. I need something that's long and thin to focus the heat on just one spot.
The ramrod from the musket is red hot. Now that it's stuck into the hot coal, it'll stay hot for quite a while.
I could melt the solder joint with the hot ramrod, but it's too hot to hold.
Hey, hateful waiver. Let me just go ahead and block your ass. Thanks. Bye. And go ahead and delete that message. That message is pointless. So I need something to hold insulating material.
I can use the insulating material to hold the red hot ramrod that's heating up in the bed warmer. It's working. Now the steam is coming out here instead of upstairs.
I'm not exactly sure what that did, though, for me. Okay. So the steam is no longer coming out here, but we still have all busted stairs. Oh, she can go around to the side. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing. Interesting.
Hey, Lex, it's me. Have you gone insane?
Oh, wait. It's you.
You're out of your mind.
Everything is blurry. I can hardly see anything. I feel weak. In pain. I could really do with some medicine right now.
Hang on. First, I need to tell you something important.
Tell me something. I'm not in the right frame of mind to listen. Until you find some painkillers for me, you might as well tell it to all these animals here. Which are not really moving, by the way. Or are they?
I found some morphine. It should help a bit.
Ah, great. Hand it over. That stuff really helps.
Do you understand me again?
That seems to be the case, but please do me a favor and keep the volume down, will you?
I take it that you were confused when you shot at me.
I shot at you? Damn, can't remember a thing.
Anyway, I really need to tell you something now.
Is that so?
Maybe it was just a dream. Or my imagination. I saw a girl. Fiona. She was on this ship, as a prisoner.
What are you talking about?
It's as if I was on the ship in some other time. Perhaps it's still to happen. I don't know.
That does sound rather crazy.
Yeah, it was weird. I can't explain it.
Well, maybe I can.
What do you mean?
Before I lost my senses, I was able to decipher some of the logbook's content. The Portuguese part. And I found out something rather interesting. This ship transported not only normal freight, they've made some modifications and turned the hold into some kind of distillery.
Some kind of what?
You can produce alcohol with it. I've read something about ethanol, and I think that we're on board a smuggler ship.
Yes. My vision was about smugglers too.
Anna, what I mean by this is that there are probably lots of barrels down there that are filled to the brim with volatile liquid, and they are responsible for completely clouding your senses.
No. This vision felt completely real. I can hardly describe it. I've never experienced something like that.
I can't deny that this ship is creepy, but ghosts? I don't know.
Anna, I never remember her name. Anna. Dang. I don't know why I can't. Okay.
How did you manage to get here in your condition? Why didn't you stay in the captain's cabin?
What? Oh, of course. I
Hey,
found a
welcome
key,
back.
And since you were gone for so long, I started to worry about you. I wanted to see if you might need some help. When I came in here, I tripped. I must have lost consciousness for a bit. Anyway, when I woke up, I saw the wardrobe lying there, and I was too weak to move it.
Okay, so really fast recap. So we had used the shovel to get coals out of the boiler, put the coals in the bed warmer, okay? Then I took the ramrod for the musket, put that in the bed warmer. Then I had insulation on me also. I took the insulation so I could hold the ramrod, and then I used that on a pipe that had been soldered down in the mess hall. That caused steam. Basically, that broke the seal on the pipe, so steam started coming out of the pipe, whereas before, steam had been coming out, like, basically there were, how do I say this? Okay, so you enter, right? You enter over here, and then over here were stairs down to the mess hall, and then over here were stairs up to, like, a control area or whatever of the ship, the basically like the navigation or whatever, right, area. And then finally over here was another set of stairs up, but they were broken stairs and there was steam coming out of them. I thought I couldn't pass them at all, but when I did the heat on the soldered pipe and so the steam moved, she said, now the steam's coming out here instead of out up above or whatever. I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I go back over to the stairs, and yes, the stairs were still broken, but she was able to walk on the side of them since the steam was not coming out anymore. And that's how we got into here, which is where Lex is. So it's a big, like, circle type thing or whatever, the ship. So, yeah, I was trying different things. Because I had the bed warmer, and you had the boiler, so obviously coals in the bed warmer, because that's how people used to warm beds back in the day, right? So that was an obvious thing. Then I was looking around like, okay, what else can I do? And then I saw the soldered pipe, and I was like, well, solder will melt if you heat it up. That's kind of the point of solder, is it's an easy, you melt it, and then you can put it on something, and then when it cools, it seals the thing, right? Anyway, so that was a connection, and then when I tried the bed warmer with the coals in it directly, you said, no, it's too big, and I was like, well, I have the ramrod, and so I just progressed from there. Anyway. So we came in here. Lex shot at us initially in a cutscene, but it was because he's been delusional. He's kind of been like blurred vision and stuff, hard to stay awake. So we gave him the morphine. He's come to. We're starting to have a conversation with him now. So that's where we are.
I think that the girl is the key to what's happening here. I think that I need to help her. I think that if I don't, that something terrible is gonna happen to her.
Just listen to yourself. You're not making any sense.
I found her ashes down in the machine room in front of a huge oven. If only I knew who she is or what's happened to her.
Well, there's one thing I know for sure, and that is what will happen to us if we don't get a move on and get out of here. This ship, it's got eyes and ears. It's whispering, and it's going to be our grave.
What can we do?
If what I read is true, then we need to get off this cursed ship as fast as possible. If ethanol leaks from the hold, it might kill us and we won't even notice. Or the ethanol catches fire, which would get us just as killed. We need to get off this ship. But to do that, we first have to find out where the hell we are. It's time that we uncovered a couple of this ship's dark secrets, don't you think?
But how? What should we do?
You don't know much about navigation, but I do. You need to become my eyes, ears, and hands. See if you can fix the position and get us back on course. Before we leave the ship, it's essential that we know which direction to take. Otherwise, we'll be lost in open sea.
But I'm a reporter, not a sailor.
There's no better time to become one.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we need to get off the ship because the ship's cursed or haunted or whatever. Both maybe. But the only way we're going to get off the ship is if we get that lifeboat that's out on the deck, somehow get that moved and over the water, and then Lex and Anna can get in that and then sail that away while the ship moves on its way, I guess. That's assuming that the curse or whatever of the ship does not extend to the lifeboat, which it may or may not. We obviously don't know, so.
The sheets may be old and musty, but the bed was made with care. Rust and condensation everywhere. The glass is so scratched and dirty that I can't even look outside. They look like they're handmade. Playing children are depicted on it.
Playing children are depicted on it? Okay, that's a little messed up, given that last time we played, we had the vision of Fiona, and so we learned that basically with young, let me say it this way because of different streaming platforms and limitations on what you could say and all that crap that big tech does. Anyway, young people were not, let's see, the cargo that the smugglers were moving did not only consist of cargo, but there might have been some young people as well. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of messed up that there are kids on the curtains.
I've never seen butterflies like these before. They must come from far away. But where exactly? Here's a note attached. Something's written on it.
Okay. Something's written on it. I'm not going to read it, but something is written on it. I mean, I guess that's if you were going to try to speed run this or something. Does anybody speed run this game? Anyway, if you were trying to do that, I guess maybe it'd save you some time, but that's kind of weird that it didn't.
Says, found at longitude 31, latitude 39.
Longitude 31, latitude 39. Okay. I'll read that again later to remind me of the place. There is a map somewhere on the ship. I think it was up in navigation, but I'm not 100%. Anyway, there is a map on the ship we can look at. So that probably will come into play with that, I'm assuming. More souvenirs? Oh,
These
yeah.
trophies appear to originate from all the different places that the ship has docked at, and there's a little note attached to it.
Something's written on it.
Another? How many of these? Okay, hang on. More over here, or totem mask.
An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies. An eerie totem mask
Same.
that's
Okay.
used in uncivilized ceremonies.
These animals look like they come from remote, faraway lands. Maybe the occupant of this cabin was a hunter, and there's a little note attached.
Something's written on it.
3 different notes. Am I combining these?
Well, it's just some coordinates.
Okay. So no is the answer.
A nicely carpentered, solid wardrobe. The owner was obviously concerned that someone would open it. It's locked up with a combination lock that's completely rusted up.
So we'll need to hammer, like break or melt that off at some point, I guess. This is probably the same thing. Yeah, he's here. Assuming this is the same as this. Looks like it to me. Guitar?
The guitar's been lying here for a while. The dampness has really damaged it.
And everybody knows the guitar man sails with smugglers today.
An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies.
Did the occupant of this cabin hunt down these animals? Here's a little note attached to it.
Something's
that's
written on it.
4 different coordinates. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there might be something to remove the rust. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Yeah, good point. And then we can use those on that. Yeah, that is definitely a possibility.
I think that the ship is lit well enough now. There's a picture of a key on it.
A picture of a key.
There's a picture of a key on it.
As in a key is inside or keys
I think that
needed?
the ship is lit well enough now. Their owner had a wide range of interests. Fiction, flora, and fauna of the southern seas, music. Their owner had a wide range of interests.
Same. Okay.
Fiction, it's filled with butterflies and other insects. Rust and condensation everywhere. The glass is so scratched and dirty that I can't even look outside. Someone's composed a tune. Elegy for a Lonely Girl.
Damn, dude.
Someone's composed a tune. Elegy for a Lonely Girl.
So this person apparently had a connection to Fiona. It's the only lonely girl I could think of would be Fiona. She's on her own on this ship. That's interesting. Kind of sad if you think about what apparently happened to Fiona. That's assuming those ashes are in fact what they appear to be. Look, if there's anything else in that drawer. Oh, diary page. Alright, so we're going to do this again. Where I take the screenshot. And then I will be able to read that. And then I'll read it out loud so that you don't have to try. So you'll know what that journal page says. Give me 1 second here. Okay. This. Alright, now when I zoom on these, I can read them. Okay. I've decided to distance myself from the others for the duration of the rest of the crossing. I'd rather nourish myself from only the humble something bread. It looks like I can't tell what kind of bread that's supposed to be. It's like, it looks almost like R-E-Y-K, rake. That's not a word, right? Rusk? I don't know. Anyway, I'd rather nourish myself from only the humble something bread in my cabin than to be in the company of these seamen who are from another second. What? Let me do that sentence again. I think there was a word miswritten as well because I think it was a translation error. I'd rather nourish myself from only the humble whatever bread in my cabin than to be in the company of these seamen for another second. Oh, there we go. Above all, it's the boy who unnerves me. It just says who nerves me, but I think it's who makes me nervous. You could say unnerves would be. So, above all, it's the boy who unnerves me. I've assisted him just once, and now he treats me as if I am his personal physician. He never strays from my side. Lorenzen insists that I teach him to read. Yeah, Marquez is the captain. So Lorenzen, I believe, is the physician, if I remember right, and Marquez is the captain. Marquez, on the other hand, retreats to his captain's quarters with greater frequency, and he speaks less and less. The longer that we're at sea, or speaks less and less the longer we're at sea. And Cesar, he remains a mystery to me. I can hardly wait for the journey to come to an end. Cesar, I think Cesar was either the XO or he was the chief engineer. I don't remember which. I think it was one of those two, though. Okay. And then let's see if there's a second page. Probably not, but let's see. Yeah, just that. Okay. So this guy, whoever he is, decided to keep himself in his cabin, didn't want to really be out with anybody else. The captain himself locked himself in his quarters and didn't really move about anymore. And things just started getting weird. Anyway, so this guy apparently was going to start... I don't remember his name, but teaching the boy that Fiona had met or talked to. So he was going to start teaching that boy to read, I guess. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else in here. Come over this way. This is the door we would have taken out to the hall, but...
The door's still blocked. At least Lex is safe now.
Yeah, it's blocked because Lex is here with the bench, so that's fine. We have to basically enter this room now through the stairs on the side of so through the stairs that are near the mess hall, rather than going all the way around the other way toward the captain's quarters. Okay, let's go to the map. Just in case. Because those are two possibilities. Your suggestion. See, these are look all busted. I didn't know if I could go up those. Was your suggestion that we remove the rust and then use them as combination on the lock? Although now we have 8 sets of coordinates, or 4 sets of coordinates, so 8 individual numbers. So I'm not sure there'd be that many times you would do the lock, but it's always possible, for sure. Depends on how many tumblers the lock has, I suppose, and I have no idea. It's all rusted and stuff. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know how many tumblers it's got. Wait, was it not here? Oh, yeah, it's over this way. Here's the map table. No, but you could be right, too. It's always possible.
Maybe there's something inside the map table where I can use the coordinates.
Thieves are not welcome here. I need something to crack the lock.
So maybe we unlock this and then...
Thieves are not welcome here. I need something to crack the lock.
And that was just...
Maybe there's something inside the map table where I can use the coordinates. Maybe there's something inside the map
All
table
4
where
of
I
these
can
could be
use
the same, right?
Maybe there's something inside the map table where
Thieves are not welcome here.
Whoops.
I need some.
Maybe there's something inside the
Yeah.
map table.
Okay,
where
so
I
all
can
4
use
of those are the
coordinates.
same. I know it gets a little... Or it can, so I apologize if it did. I know it can get a little annoying doing the same thing over and over. I just want to check each individual one. Make sure I wasn't leaving something out, making an assumption that I really shouldn't have made. So I need something to open the map coordinates. Or map table. Some kind of combination. I don't know. So this picture is hers. So that's not going to have anything to do with this. This is water. This is chipping. So that's obviously just going to be... You throw it out into the water. Hold on to the rope, but you throw the wood into the water. See how fast up and down it floats and floats back away from the ship. That'll tell you how fast the ship is going and how choppy the water is. So this will come into play at some point, but we haven't really been able to get outside to a water source to use that to then see our our speed and our and the condition of the waters, how choppy, how stormy or whatever it might be outside. Not sure where we're going to end up using that, because I don't know why we need to know how, like, where the ship is going and stuff. We kind of with a compass in this room, we kind of already know the ship's probably just kind of circling or something, stuck in an eternal haunting loop or whatever. I read this. I don't think there were any coordinates in this. Yeah. This is a certificate basically saying that Eduardo Juarez is a legal guardian of Fiona, the orphan child. And I think Eduardo Juarez. So Eduardo was Fiona's legal guardian as per that document. I think though that she was basically kidnapped or got lost and somehow found her way on board the ship. Whichever. I think kidnapped, probably. To be honest. I don't know for sure. We don't know enough of the story to be certain, but there are clues, and that seems to point in that direction. That's nothing, right? Yeah. We're gonna find... And we still have to get in that locker down below, too. Plus, start the clockwork up. So, I don't know.
I think I'm on the right track. Next, I should...
There is no more right track.
What was that? Lex?
Ruh-roh. So she just saw him here? But he's going to be back in the cabin, right? We're going to go back in there, and he's just fine. He's in there. Yeah. We're having delusions. Awesome. Yeah, okay. Let's not... Well... I don't know. I don't know if I want to mention to Lex that we had what do you call it? A hallucination about him. I feel like he's just gonna say, "So you are crazy," is what you're saying. Yeah, I don't... Unless we find more diary pages or something, or... Yeah, I don't know how else we're going to find the combination. I'm trying to think, I think we've pretty much done everything in the captain's quarters. I think we've done everything in the doctor's cabin. So I don't know... Not sure. There's still, I don't know that we ever will in the game, but there's still a set of cabins that'll be for the rest of the crew that we've not even come across, right? There's captain's cabin, the doctor's cabin, and the cabin where Lex is. Those are the only, like, living quarters that we've found on this ship so far. Everything else, like navigation or the mess hall or the boiler room or this engine block, something over here, whatever this clockwork thing is. So, locked door, locker door, yeah. I'm assuming nothing's changed. Some things change sometimes just because, the game progresses. But I'm assuming this is still locked.
The doors of this metal locker are terribly rusty.
Oh, so it's not locked. It's rusty. Probably like rusted shut. We were not able to use the shovel as a pry bar earlier. So now... what? I could use this potentially, but it doesn't let me interact. So I don't know how that would happen. Yeah, the rope doesn't seem to have anywhere to interact with it either. So we're not doing something with that, I don't think.
A collection of metal tools, cogwheels, and springs is lying around. However, time has taken its toll, and almost everything is rusted. Well, it's just some coordinates.
So nothing on here.
A sketch of a clockwork. I can take a closer look at things with it. A sketch of a clockwork.
Yeah. So not like we can do this and like compare it with this. We just need to... apparently, we just need to do this because she doesn't say, I'll note this down for later, or it doesn't switch to an examination screen or anything. It just is what it is. So this, either they're unrelated or you're just not, you're supposed to do X, Y, or Z, and then it will be whatever.
A big clock face. The craftsman must have assembled it by himself.
Yeah, and see, she just describes this, so I don't know that we're actually going to move that even, to be honest. Oh, there we go. There was just a crank handle that I had missed, I guess.
Now the clock is wound up. I can hear it tick.
Thanks for sharing. I can hear it tick too. The player has the sound from the sound effects. Thanks. Wonder what that does though.
Wears a captain's hat, so no doubt it's the captain. And it's got to signify something that he's emerging from the gates of hell. This figure could depict the captain. He looks authoritative. This figure could depict the captain. He looks authoritative.
Okay, so he just sits there. We're not actually grabbing him. Okay. He goes back in and then somebody comes out of heaven, I guess, because that's up above. Or maybe not.
There's a little door. It's closed. The engravings seem to depict heaven.
There we go.
Is that the craftsman who built this clock? Might be. After all, he has a pocket watch in his hands. It's not ticking. Let me wind it up. I guess this figure is supposed to depict the mechanic. A pocket watch. It probably doesn't show the right time, but it's still working. So I can use it for other things.
doctor. The clock's creator placed him in hell. There's a little door. It's closed. The engravings seem to depict hell.
That's on that.
This figure looks like the doctor from my visions.
Okay. So the doctor and the captain are in hell, and the mechanic is in heaven, I guess. So far. I wonder if Fiona will show up from heaven. No, that is... Who is that?
Looks like it's the cook who's coming out of the gates
Cook.
of heaven.
Interesting.
A tin figure that looks like a cook.
Okay.
A sailor. The craftsman who constructed this clock has placed him in hell.
Interesting. One more. There's Fiona.
This figurine is smaller. It could be a child. A girl. That... The figurine looks like the girl I saw in my visions. Fiona! Does that mean that it's really happened? Is it real? This reminds me of the child from my visions. It looks so innocent.
So we've got the cook, engineer or whatever, and then Fiona are in heaven. Some sailor, the doctor, and the captain are all in hell, apparently. Probably if I go through this again, it'll just like kind of revert back through cycling through things again, I'm guessing. This is just kind of a convenient way for me to not have to redo a bunch of stuff. I'm going to save here. And we're going to go, I'm going to confirm that it's just going to start over again. But then in case I need to turn it to something, and I might have passed it by moving it forward, I'm going to reload. But I'm just seeing if that's what this indeed does. There was the boy mentioned in the journal in that one room where Lex is, so I wonder if he's in here somewhere too. Now that's the captain again.
The figurine wears a captain's hat, so no doubt it's the captain. And it's got to signify something that he's emerging from the gates of hell.
Okay, so let's just load back just in case. Like I said, so we're not like too far along. Okay. So that's interesting. And it did give us this, which I'm going to use where? Also not, I don't think, in the doctor's room. I can't think of anything for the captain's quarters. Let's go back to those just in case, though. Let's see if there's something in one of those. I don't think so, though. I think we're pretty much... Okay. Here's the captain's quarters. Let's see if there's anything in here. Although, like I said, I'm doubting. Oh. So the ticking was out here? Interesting. Okay, when we come back out, I have to pay attention to that because there's the ticking in the hallway. Might mean something is activated in addition to the clockwork. Or the clockwork's just hella noisy. That's possible too, of course. Think if there's anything here. See, I feel, but we've not been able to grab it to take it with us. But I feel like this oil lamp could be a place to put that oil from that cask in the mess, but I don't know. And I believe I've already tried this. She doesn't want to waste the water, if I remember right.
I shouldn't waste the fresh water.
Yeah. So we're not gonna try to make the dried ink wet again to use for anything, which is fine. I just thought, it's a possibility, of course. Mm. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Let me come over here the other perspective just in case. I can't think of anything where we're going to use that stopwatch or anything, though. There's the diving helmet, but I don't know that we're even going to use that. It feels like, at this point, it feels like it's more of a descriptive thing, but maybe we'll use it at some point. I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't even see your chat. Sorry, Mary. Yeah, maybe. That's a good point. I'm not seeing anything in here for the stopwatch. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if we can break the map table with a chip log. I'm thinking no, because she's saying she mentioned like needing a combination, but we might be.
Why is
We
this
might.
stubborn idiot dragging himself through the corridors? He's lost an unnecessary amount of blood.
Tell me how you really feel. Okay. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try the chip log. I don't know if that'll work or not. It might. It's worth a shot for sure. A lot of times there's stuff like you're like, I don't know if this seems okay, and then you're like, wait, but what if I? And then you get something new. Oh, whoops. That's not where the wrong room, wrong upstairs room. We need the other one. Yes, upstairs, but not this room. This room upstairs. Okay, and then over here.
Thieves are not welcome here. I need something to crack the lock. To use the chip log, I need to go outside, or at least open a window.
Yeah, so no, doesn't want to do that. Like I said, the chip log normally is for tracking stuff like speed and how rough the water is. I don't know how we're going to use it in this game because I don't know why that would be useful if you're not going to be sailing the ship, right? Like, presumably, we're going to just, again, presumably, take the lifeboat, like, out on the deck, take Lex and Anna, and if we find somebody like Fiona, if she happens to still be alive, I doubt it, but if she's still alive or whatever, take somebody with us, then we maybe put them in the boat as well. We take the lifeboat and we leave the haunted ship. I think that's the plan, and I don't know how the chip log helps in that at all. So it's probably something like you're saying, like either um Yeah, so either we do something like you said, Mary, which is maybe use it somehow like to bust the map table or something, although it did not work here, but you know, either that or maybe at some point we take it apart or combine it with something or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know how using a chip log normally is going to really be helpful. Chipping log, but yeah, same thing. It I don't know. These are pipes you could use potentially to communicate with others in the ship. Speaking of the pipe, they hear it and then they answer. It was kind of a super early precursor to the telephone. Well, it was a precursor to. Yeah. It was a precursor to the radio, which was a precursor to the telephone. Really. Um. Hmm. Okay, and I don't. We didn't technically did not yet try the doctor's quarters, but I don't think. I think it's gonna be the same as the captain's quarters. I don't think we're gonna. I do not think we're gonna find anything in there to do, like to progress us right now. At some point, sure, but right now, I don't think so. Um, that. Mm. Bed. We don't really. We were gonna earlier. We were talking about potentially having Lex come and lie here, but apparently he's gonna stay in that other room for whatever reason. It was already open. There was a book. What was this again? Oh, Passage from Moby Dick. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Not doing the top drawer there. Cracked mirror, we've also not really done much with. I don't know if that's just a flavor thing or like part of the creepy atmosphere thing they're trying to do, or if it actually is something I'm supposed to.
I'd rather keep it in my pocket.
Yeah.
To use the chip log, I need to go outside, or at least open a window.
Hmm.
I took a letter from the picture frame.
Hmm. So no for both of those cabins or rooms, whatever you want to say. Quarters. Um, Probably nothing more, but let me talk to Lex. Maybe, I mean, like I said, I kind of initially, I'm like, I don't know if I want to talk to him because he'll think we're crazier than he already does. But that might be an important thing for advancing the game to the story of the game. I don't know. So let me go ahead and come over here. Okay.
Did you find out anything?
I've tried to change our course, but I can't budge the wheel. Not even an inch.
Damn it. You should still try to determine our position. Is there anything else?
Please, could you tell me again what I'm supposed to do?
The most important thing is to find out exactly where we are right now. Now get to it, and find something that'll help to fix our position. The best tool for the job will be the sextant. Oh, and while you're at it, see if you can alter the ship's course.
How do I use a sextant to fix our position?
You look through the telescope on the sextant and lock onto the horizon. Then you look for the sun. Or more likely the moon in our case. You then slide the arm until the moon looks like it's superimposed on the same line as the horizon. If all goes well, come and tell me the number of degrees on the slide scale. And if not all goes well, you can come tell me anyway.
I'm on it.
A sextant normally would be up in navigation. I don't remember seeing something there that said it was a sextant, though, but maybe I'm just forgetting. Let's see. Give me one sec here. I had the heat on overnight because it got really cold, but now the heat's too hot. Gotta cool it off a little bit. Not too much. I'll start freezing, of course, but a little bit. Okay, so these are all for the crane. Porthole, lifesaver. I know what a sextant looks like. It's kind of, but I don't remember seeing it in here. Table, souvenir, another one.
It must be a souvenir from one of the cities that the ship is docked at. I think that there was a small piece of paper attached, but it seems to have been ripped off.
Yeah, we grabbed that earlier. That's weird. She's like, it seems to have been ripped off. Gee, I wonder how that happened. Maybe through you? Ship's wheel. Compass.
Something's wrong. The compass is spinning like crazy. How can that be?
Used to steer the ship, but with no one steering it, who knows where we might end up.
But see, there's nothing over here. There's no sextant over here to do anything. Nope. That's already too cold. Never mind. I'll just turn the heat off. Keep the heat off. Holy crap-o. That is really cold really fast. I mean, it makes sense. It's winter, but for where I live, but still. Holy crap-o, that was way too much. Now I'm going to be shivering a little bit. I don't see a sextant, though. Sextant looks kind of like a compass when you draw on paper, but I don't see that here. Maybe the captain's quarters, but I don't remember seeing a sextant in there either. We could see. We'll check again. Oh, no, no worries. I think you speak English well. I've understood what you said, I think. At least most of the time. Not all the time. I think every time I have. I'm not positive. Yeah, so if you spot it and I've not seen it, if you want to point it out, that'd be cool too. I don't mind that. Like just if I'm oblivious or whatever. But a sextant, it's kind of like a triangle, but like with a curved bottom, and there's a like a I don't know, you just want to say an arm or whatever that moves to then like point out specific degrees. So you do the whole thing like the moon or the sun or whatever would be the tip, and then you do the horizon with the bottom, and you basically move this until you actually line up with the horizon because it'll be too high or too low on different parts of the curve. Um, I think, I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's something like that. Anyway, but that is the sextant though, is the thing that looks like that. Um, so a bell, a picture, a drawer, which you already have opened. That's this, I think, right here. Logbook, peppercorns. Way over here, huh? We're gonna access peppercorn. Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't see anything here that's. Okay, so if it's not up in navigation, it's not in the captain's quarters. Where else would the sextant be? We might be doing kind of a thing where we make a sextant, kind of a makeshift sextant ourselves. But if that's true, I haven't seen anything that seems to look like it would work for that. So I don't know what that would be. It's the doctor's quarters, and I don't see anything that from there, from that angle, just because it's a different angle, I don't see anything there that would help us either. Yeah, this ticking is interesting that it's so close and loud. Here specifically. It's like if I go here, just slightly over, there's no ticking noise, right? So that's interesting. I would not expect it there, but I'd also, just so I'm running through things, I don't remember seeing it in the boiler room. I don't remember seeing it in the room where Fiona was being kept to the side of the boiler room. I don't remember seeing it in the mess hall. I do not remember it in Lex's room where he is currently. It's not in the doctor's room or chambers that I can see. It's not in the captain's chambers that I can see. I would not expect a sextant to just be lying around on the floor or something in the hall. So it's probably not anywhere other than actually in our specific room. Wall hatch.
A hatch in the hull. It's very rusty. Even if it were open, it would only lead outside, where there's nothing but water.
So I think we're at some point we're going to open this. Well, I think at some point we're either going to drop that lifeboat from the deck over the side, and then, you know, we eventually will all crawl into that, or go through this hatch, or possibly both. Maybe we drop the boat, it lands near this hatch, but, you know, just in front of it, but below it. Then we open the hatch and we get in the lifeboat. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we're going to leave by lifeboat. Again, playing it brand new, so I don't actually know, but that's what I'm thinking. Sextant. Where have I found it? Where have I seen a sextant? I don't even remember seeing one, to be honest. Yeah, this trapdoor just had this note. That was a weird trapdoor. Just a place to store a note is kind of crazy. I'm going to build this whole door in the floor. We're going to cut out a section of the floor. And I'm going to take what we cut out, or something that's the same size, put that there with hinges, and then put in some mechanism like a clasp or something to be able to lock that, or latches or something that will hold that fast unless you have a key to open it. It's crazy that you're like, okay, I'm just going to make a trapdoor, right? For a single diary page seems crazy. That's like a lot of effort for hiding a single diary page. Unless you were saying, unless you were telling us that Rosemary's Baby information is going to be in the letter or something. I don't know why you would go to all that trouble for that. Oh, wait, hang on. Like I said, I don't remember seeing it in here, but let's see if there's a sextant up here just in case. There's a whole bunch of totems and souvenirs, like masks, or not masks, but what do you call it? Taxidermy stuff. When I opened this, it was either nothing or a single letter or something. Nothing, I think it was, right? Yeah. It's also kind of crazy that this is here, has a picture of a key, but doesn't actually open. She just talks about it. So I probably need to use something on that, but I don't imagine anything I have is
Use
gonna...
the chip log. I need to go outside, or at least open a window.
And then this is just water or glass bottles. I don't think it's gonna do anything. And then none of these, obviously. So... guitar. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get anything more, but let me.
Did you find out anything?
What the blazes were you doing in the hallway just now? And how did you get back here so quickly?
What are you talking about? I was here the whole time. My legs feel like they're cemented to the floor.
Yeah. So, like I said, the vision was
I need
just
to go.
that it was a hallucination. And also, like I said, I'm not seeing a sextant in here at all. So that is interesting, and I don't know what we do about that. Well, let's just save it here for this time. It's getting close to time to end for today anyway. So let's save it here. Next week, I'll play again, same time. So, if you're available, Mary, next week, and you want to come back and watch more, then I'll be here at the same time, doing it again, continuing the game. Yeah, I'll need to find. So those are a few things, right? So we got the clockwork running now. So I'll need to find the sextant. I'll need to do something with the combination lock or whatever that's up, that's on the map table. I think maybe that, and or possibly something with a locker doors or something. Still, because those are rusted. I don't know. But we kind of have a clear direction of where we're supposed to go. Like, we're supposed to find the sextant and whatever. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's all we have to accomplish, right? There might be other things too. So, anyway, okay. So 1 week from today, back up 2 hours from whatever time it is for you locally. Go back 2 hours, 1 week from today, and I will be doing this again. Otherwise, in about 8 hours from now, just over 8 hours from now, I will be streaming The Witness. So if you are around and want to, you can watch that as well. Thanks for watching, Mary. Anybody else who maybe stopped in, lurked, Fun Act, or anybody else, appreciate the support. As always, I will talk to you guys soon. Be safe out there. The world is a dangerous place sometimes, and a lot of crazy stuff can happen just in life. So take care of yourself. Be safe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for the support. Till next time. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.